Good evening, everybody. I'm afraid the presidential gavel hasn't gone missing, but I've just come back from holiday and no, I may have lost something, but I don't know whether I've lost that. So apologies for that. Right, so this week's news, I mean, it's been a feast of athletics. Obviously, a lot of you have been enjoying it. Steve there's been up in Birmingham doing the drug testing or helping with all of that. so let's start off with a quick look at the Commonwealth Games. And I think the English team, well, all the home nation teams did pretty well compared to their expectations. Within the club, Adam probably didn't have the sort of games that he hoped for. He got through the heats of the 200 metres, but then didn't get through the semi-finals to the finals. And I think he ran in the heat of the relay, but then missed out on running in the final. So that's unfortunate. Now, he talked a lot about the stress of being, all the pressure because of the issues around his coach, but I gather he's now left that coach, and hopefully he'll find someone else. Could suggest someone like John Blackie, but who knows. So hopefully that will bode better for him for the future. So moving on though, we had Divine Oladipo in the shot. She threw 17 metres 28 for 5th place in the final, and that was the best result from any of the home nation shot putters, so that was a good result. And Joseph Ellis in the hammer, who was very unfortunate. He was in bronze medal position with one throw to go, and that throw, unfortunately, even though his last throw was his best, 73 metres 09, it got beaten, so he dropped back to 4th place. So that was very disappointing for him, but it was a good result. There's a picture of Joseph and Steve on Steve's Facebook page if you want to follow up on that. So that was that. Now, moving down the age range a little we also have had in this last week the World Under-20s Athletic Championships, which was in Colombia, and we've had great performances from our 5 club members out there. Jerry Elquino was in the 200 metres, and he got through to the final with a time of 20:73. He nearly in the semi-final he ran 20.43, which is only 0.03 off his personal best, so he was obviously running well. A great performance. Sam Reardon, who was actually the team captain, was in the 800 metres, and he achieved a PB and an under-20 and under-23 800 metre club record in the semi-final with a time of 1:46.80, and in a very close finish in the final he came 5th, but he was only 1 second behind the loser. There was just one. The first 5 finishers were all within a second of one another. So that was a good. He's coming along very nicely. Faith Akinbaliji was in the relay, the 4x100 metres, and I believe in the heats the team achieved a new UK record. But fortunately, something happened in the final, I don't know what, and they didn't finish, so presumably a drop baton or something. Cleo Agapong was in the shot put. She qualified for the final, and she was 11th in the final. She's only 17, so that was a great performance from her. And Zara Obakinwa, who was in the discus, she qualified for the final with a personal best of 51 metres 99, and she was 11th in the final. Again, another 18-year-old, so a great performance. So those youngsters really did us proud. So good to them. Now we've got the European Championships coming up later this week, I believe. We got 6 club members selected to represent the country there. Dina is down for the 100, the 200 and the relay. Now, I haven't heard how her injury is going, but hopefully she will be fully fit, and that'd be great to see her run in all those events. Jahisa Thomas is representing the country in the long jump. Divine Oladipo again in the shot. Becca Walton in the javelin. She won the UK British Championships earlier. Adam Jamili is down for the relay squad for the 4x1. And Phil Sessamon is down for the marathon. So we'll watch and see how that goes. Keeping on the international front, Ian Furler, who is back in Canada on a visit, ran in the Ontario Masters Championship and came third in the 400 metres. So well done to him. And we should also give a round of applause for a new club record to Dwayne Bovell, who broke the men's 35 100 metres record with a time of 11.07. Now that was back in the middle of July, and I think we missed it. So well done, Dwayne. So turning to the more domestic competition, we're reaching the stage of the season where everything's starting to wind up. So we'll go through a number of events and show where we are. The Kent Young Athletics League had their final match over the weekend, and at the end of that, although I think we came second in the meeting on Saturday to Tunbridge, we did win the league overall with 2,275.5 points to Tunbridge's 2,190. So a difference of 85.5 points out of 2,000 plus. And although I've harped on about it before, 85 of our club's points came from the officials, and that was 15 more than Tunbridge's officials got. So it just goes to show that every little bit helps, as they say. So so Kent Young Athletics League, tick, we won that. We had the YDL upper age group had their final regional match at the StoneX Stadium, and we won that meeting by nearly 200 points from Windsor, Slough, Eton and Hounslow. So that was a very good win. We have won all 4 of those meetings, so we left top of that, and we're through to the finals in Manchester, which takes place at the end of the month. Yeah. I only just got the results, so I haven't had time to go through and pick out any real highlights, but we'll make certain that they're posted. So we've ticked the box for the YDL. The lower age group had already won the league. We've ticked the box for the Kent Young Athletics League. The National Athletics League, we've ticked the box. We're at the final of that in 2 weeks' time, 20th of August in Bedford. So that's excellent. And good news, which I don't know whether Maz may have mentioned it last week, but I wasn't aware of it. After a tricky season for the Masters, they managed to pull together a really good team. The men's team won the match a couple of Fridays ago. The ladies' team came, I think, third or fourth. And as a result, both of them pulled themselves up the table, and we've held our position in that league to next season. So all in all, it's coming to the end of a very good track and field season for us. I mentioned Phil Sessamon, so looking at Strava, actually Phil's not the longest runner this week. Ross Braden did 175 plus kilometres, and Phil only did 155, but he's probably tapering for the European Championships. And Peter Tucker was third on 190 kilometres. So that was Strava. Park run. Last week we had, as far as I could see, 43 athletes at 20 different venues, and the furthest away was Mike Sims in terms of venue, who ran in Lower Hutt, which you may or may not know is just outside Wellington in New Zealand. So I don't suppose anyone is going to run a park run further away from Bromley than that. So I hope he enjoyed himself. We had 5 first positions, actually dominated by the ladies. So Millie Smith was First Lady at Bromley, Katie Sugden First Lady at Burnham-on-Crouch, Carrie Firth was First Lady at Orpington, Robert Perry was first at Penrose, and Alex Gibbons, running another park run at Sutcliffe Park, was first in exactly the same time as he won when he raced a couple of weeks ago, which was quite interesting. Near run, Paul Sharp was second at Catford, closely followed by Clayton Eves, who was third. Steve Howe was second at Lullingston. Mika Evans was fourth at Orpington. And another result I noted at the Bromley Park Run, Jed Starvis is he finished 13th in the time of 1936. He's 14 years old. So that was, and I guess he's the son of Steve Starvis, who manages the lower age group boys team. The ASAC report this week, the record he beat was at Hobblingwell, if anyone's interested. Another sub 28 minute time for an 80+ year old. Not bad. Now, I did say we're coming to the end of the track and field season. It's probably, very appropriate to recognise the enormous effort that the team managers have to put in to get the teams out and week after week. So I think we should give a round of applause, and we'll just run through them. So we've got the lower age group girls, Karen Desborough and Rose Bennett. Steve Starvis does the lower age group boys. Upper age group ladies is Tim Souter. Upper age group men is Ian Furler. The Southern Athletic League is Holly Platt. The senior ladies team is managed by Neve Bridson Hubbard, and the men by Rod Harrington. And then the Masters has been Maz looking after all of it, I think, this season, isn't it, Maz? So many thanks to them, plus all the others who helped them out during the season. I think we give them a good round of applause. Okay, bonus ball. Bonus ball last week. We didn't sell every ticket, so it's a slightly reduced prize fund, but it's enough for the winner to buy quite a lot of us a drink. Drew Grace. There we are. Okay. Now we're still looking for donations towards the new sports centre. I'm pleased to report that a couple of recent 300 Club winners, Ken Tonkin and Mike Shepherd, donated their prize money to that. And this evening, John Turner handed me $60, which somebody he'd met through his crazy 24-hour racing, and to whom he dedicated the second of his books. Got in touch with him and asked what the money was going to, and when he explained, they made this very kind donation to the club. So thanks, John. That's a lot of money your books have brought in, with one way or another. Right, looking ahead, we've got last round of the Southern Athletics League this Saturday at Tunbridge. Then the week after that, we've got the Bedford National Athletic League finals. And then beginning of September, we've got the YGL finals up in Manchester. So that's all to look forward to. Any other news from anybody? No? Bonus ball spaces, so put your hands in your pockets, folks. Okay, thank you all very much indeed. See you next week.